In the dry plains of ancient South America, a hunter like no other roamed the land. Its name, Carnotaurus, the meat-eating bull. It wasn't the biggest predator, but it was one of the fastest and one of the most unique. Two sharp horns above its eyes gave it a look unlike any other dinosaur. Fierce, almost demonic. Carnotaurus lived about 70 million years ago, near the end of the Cretaceous period. The lands of Patagonia were open and hot, filled with smaller dinosaurs, reptiles, and flying creatures. This was a world where only the most adaptable could survive, and Carnotaurus was built perfectly for speed and hunting on the run. Its body was long and muscular, but its arms were so tiny they made even T-Rex look balanced. They were practically useless. The hands couldn't even reach its mouth, but what it lost in arms, it gained in legs. Carnotaurus had powerful spring-like muscles and long, thin bones that allowed it to sprint like a cheetah. For a creature that weighed over a ton, that was extraordinary. Its head was narrow, its jaws lined with sharp teeth like knives. Unlike many predators that crushed bones, Carnotaurus sliced. It would rush forward, bite deep into flesh, and pull back, tearing chunks off its prey before the victim could even react. It hunted smaller dinosaurs like ornithopods and young titanosaurs. It didn't chase for long. It struck fast, hit hard, and finished the hunt in seconds. But it wasn't just a killer, it was smart. Its eyes were set more forward than most other meat-eaters, giving it depth perception, meaning it could judge distance well. This was perfect for an ambush hunter. It could stay hidden in the tall, dry grass, waiting motionless until the perfect moment, then explode into motion with terrifying precision. Scientists think Carnotaurus may have even hunted in pairs, one driving prey into the other's path. That made it deadlier than most lone hunters of its time. When it attacked, the ground shook under its steps. Its tail whipped for balance, its jaws opened wide, and the horns above its eyes glowed red in the sun. Even its skin was different, covered in thick, bumpy scales with rows of small spikes running down its body. Fossil impressions show that its hide wasn't smooth like many dinosaurs, but armored like a crocodile's, strong and durable. That protection made it harder to wound, even for bigger predators. The name Carnotaurus perfectly fit its image. A bull made for battle, fast, deadly, and built for survival. It didn't need size to dominate. Its weapon was speed. Its horns were its crown, and its world belonged to it, the devil of the Cretaceous plains. Carnotaurus was not a heavyweight like T-Rex or Giganotosaurus. It didn't rely on raw power, it relied on speed. Its entire body was made for one thing: to run, strike, and escape before its prey could react. Its legs were long and strong, with huge thigh muscles and narrow ankles that worked like springs. When it ran, its tail acted as a perfect counterbalance, moving side to side in rhythm, keeping its body stable even at full sprint. Scientists believe it could reach speeds up to 50 kilometers per hour, faster than any other large predator of its age. Its body was also surprisingly lightweight for a dinosaur. The bones inside were hollow, much like those of birds. This made it agile and quick. The torso was narrow and the chest slim, so wind resistance was low. Everything about Carnotaurus said speed. Its short arms, which many laugh at, were actually part of the secret. Without heavy forearms, the dinosaur's upper body was lighter, helping balance during fast runs. It didn't need arms to kill, its jaws did all the work. A single strike from its head could slice through flesh and muscle before the victim even knew it was being attacked. The horns above its eyes weren't just decoration either. Some scientists think Carnotaurus used them to ram into prey, stunning it before finishing it off. Others believe they were used to fight rivals, headbutting, shoving, or intimidating enemies during mating season. Either way, those horns made it stand out and gave it power in more ways than one. Unlike pack hunters like raptors, Carnotaurus was most likely a solo predator. Its speed allowed it to hunt alone, covering wide territories without competition. But some fossils suggest it may have lived near others of its kind, maybe forming loose groups, not hunting together, but sharing the same regions. When it chased prey, Carnotaurus didn't roar or stomp. It moved silently, then exploded with a burst of power. Its jaw muscles were designed for fast biting, not the strongest bite, but one that hit quick and cut deep. It didn't need to hold down its meal for long. 1 or 2 attacks were enough. Every part of this dinosaur showed evolution's precision. It was the perfect runner. the perfect ambusher, and one of the most efficient killers of its world. No wasted strength, no useless movement, only speed and precision. A predator that didn't chase battles, it ended them. Carnotaurus didn't need big claws or long arms. Its weapons were built right into its head. Every part of its skull was made for attack, fast, sharp, and efficient. The jaws of Carnotaurus were long and narrow, filled with sharp teeth shaped like knives. Each tooth was curved backward, designed to slice through meat as the dinosaur pulled its head away. Unlike T-Rex, which crushed bones, Carnotaurus was a slasher. It would strike once, rip deep, and back off. This way it could wound prey quickly and avoid long fights. The muscles around its neck were extremely strong. When it bit into something, it could shake its head from side to side, tearing off large pieces of flesh in seconds. The head itself was light, not heavy like that of other predators, so it could move faster and react quicker. Speed was its greatest weapon, even in the jaws. The horns above its eyes were another deadly tool. Some scientists believe Carnotaurus used them in close combat, hitting rivals or knocking down prey. Others think they helped protect its eyes during fights or chases through dense vegetation. Either way, those horns gave it an advantage and made it instantly recognizable. No other predator looked quite like it. Its skin was also unusual. Fossil evidence shows that it was covered in small, bumpy scales, and even rows of hard spikes running along its sides. That made it look more like a reptilian tank. This armor didn't stop big attacks completely, but it made smaller bites and scratches useless. In the wild, that meant survival. Even its eyes were part of its weapon system. They faced slightly forward, something rare for large meat eaters. This gave it depth vision, the ability to judge how far its target was. Perfect for timing an attack. Carnotaurus was a creature of balance. Lightweight but strong, fast but deadly. It didn't waste energy roaring or fighting for long. When it moved, it struck. When it struck, it killed. Every detail of its body, from the teeth to the tail, was designed by nature to make it one of the most efficient predators that ever lived. Carnotaurus lived a dangerous but powerful life. It ruled the dry plains of South America, hunting smaller dinosaurs and fighting for territory. Every day was a test of strength, speed, and survival. It didn't need to be the biggest. Its advantage was surprise and agility. Most of the time, Carnotaurus hunted alone. It could smell prey from far away, using a strong sense of smell similar to that of modern predators. When the wind carried a scent, it turned its head slightly, narrow nostrils catching the trail, and began the chase. When it hunted, it didn't roar or stomp like in movies. It moved quietly, waiting for the right moment. And when that moment came, it exploded into motion, fast, low to the ground, dust flying behind it. Strike, a bite, and the hunt was over in seconds. This is how it caught fast prey like smaller ornithopods or young titanosaurs. Sometimes it would compete with other predators, like a Bellosaurus or smaller raptors. But few wanted to challenge Carnotaurus directly. Its horns were too dangerous. Even a single headbutt could break bones. Fights between two Carnotaurus were short but violent. Dust clouds, loud growls, and one pushing the other until one backed off. The winner kept the land, the food, and the respect. Carnotaurus didn't hunt every day. It ate a lot in one meal and could go days without food. When not hunting, it walked slowly through its territory, marking it with scent or sound, a low growl that warned others to stay away. The plains were dry, but it could travel long distances to find water or shade. Despite its fierce look, Carnotaurus was not unstoppable. Larger predators or groups of scavengers could steal its kills. Storms and droughts made life harder. But its strong body, sharp senses, and incredible speed helped it survive when others could not. It lived during the last days of the dinosaurs, just before the Great Extinction began. In its time, it was a king of its land, feared, respected, and unmatched in its speed. Carnotaurus was the final form of evolution's precision, a predator so specialized that even millions of years later, it remains one of the most unique hunters ever discovered. Millions of years have passed since Carnotaurus disappeared from the Earth, but its story didn't vanish with it. Every fossil, every bone that scientists find tells a piece of how incredible this predator was. Its skull, with those short horns, became one of the most famous fossils in the world. When it was first discovered in Argentina in 1984, scientists were shocked. They had never seen anything like it. It was the first meat-eating dinosaur with horns, and its body shape was unlike any other. That discovery changed how people thought about dinosaurs. It showed that evolution could create predators not only with strength, but with speed, intelligence, and precision. Today, Carnotaurus is known as one of the most unique hunters of the Cretaceous. Movies, games, and museums use its image, long legs, thin body, horned head, to show how diverse dinosaurs really were. It became a symbol of how different survival strategies could look. While others relied on size or teamwork, Carnotaurus won with speed and confidence. Paleontologists still study its bones and skin impressions to learn more. The bumps and spikes on its skin, the shape of its muscles, and even its fast-moving tail. All these details help scientists understand how it lived and hunted. It's like solving a puzzle left by nature millions of years ago. For many people, Carnotaurus represents something bigger, the idea that power doesn't always mean size. It was smaller than T-Rex, but no less dangerous. It didn't need to roar loudly or crush bones to prove its strength. Its real weapon was focus and speed, and even though the age of dinosaurs ended long ago, creatures like Carnotaurus still inspire us. They remind us that survival belongs to those who adapt, that every shape, every ability, every difference has a purpose. The horned predator may be gone, but its legacy still runs through the story of life on Earth, a story of evolution, resilience, and power. The age of the dinosaurs has long faded, but their echoes still live within the Earth. Every fossil buried beneath the stone is more than just bone. It's a memory of strength, survival, and change. Carnotaurus was one of the last hunters of its time. When the Great Extinction came, it didn't flee. It faced the storm as it had faced every challenge, head-on. Fire rained from the skies. The earth shook and the air turned dark. Yet for a moment, the horned predator still stood tall, a symbol of life's final defiance. And though the world around it ended, its story did not. It lived on in the rock, in the dust, in the imagination of those who would one day uncover its bones. From those silent remains, the predator returned, not in body but in legacy. Today, every time we speak its name, draw its image, or imagine its hunt, the Carnotaurus lives again. It roars not through sound, but through memory, a whisper from an ancient world that refuses to be forgotten. The titans may have fallen, but they are never truly gone, because as long as we remember them, they still walk among us, in stories, in science, and in the endless wonder of life itself.